Hi, my name is Malcolm Clemens Young, and I'm the Dean of Grace Cathedral in San Francisco, California. And this is my video message for the week of November 23rd. On Sunday, I mentioned Friedrich Engels and Karl Marx's book, The Communist Manifesto, in my sermon, and I heard some complaints about it. And it made me realize just how much thought like Karl Marx and Sigmund Freud has been eclipsed during the course of my life. There are not many people who are studying Karl Marx in economics classes or in sociology classes. It's a really different situation and scene than it was in the 1970s, in the 1980s. When I began studying theology in university, I learned about postmodernism. Jean-Francois Lyotard calls postmodernism a skepticism, an incredulity toward grand narratives, the kind of narratives that Freud and Marx offer, and the kind of narratives that we hear in other places like in Hegel, etc. And in many ways, that is the situation that I've grown up in. And it was a relief because from the time I was an early teenager, I was aware that believing in God took a leap of faith. It was required us that we couldn't prove everything about God, or we couldn't know about God for certain. And what I realized was that we can't know about anything for certain. All of our most important institutions don't have this foundation that explains why we should believe and have faith in them. And I mean that from the institutions of marriage to our democracy, to our economic systems, to everything that we experience. And so we go through life recognizing that there are not these great foundations that support everything. There's no strong reason to believe everything. And yet, we live as human beings and we have to decide how we're going to commit our energies. And that's why the thought of Jesus has been so inspirational for me. Jesus basically says two things. He says, love God and love your neighbor. And he says also that we will not be fulfilled by having power over other people, that our calling is to serve other people. And that is where we'll find true joy. That is where we'll find ourselves most fulfilled. Anyway, I'm grateful for having you listening to my remarks today, and I appreciate you listening. Thank you.